Alright, BoneStorm Express uses the Fossilized hatchling, creepy crate, and my wolfar pup. What is it? Curious wolfar pup. I call him Critter Killer because I use him a lot in doing my dailies because he tears critters apart. He takes less damage from critters and also has 2 really strong beast attacks. He's also a power type. So this one uses, it's attack your opponent's whole team. Basically what I do is I either start off with my Critter Killer or the hatchling, and then I'll set trap and then whirlwind and then switch out, or start off with Fossilized hatchling, do BoneStorm, activate Ancient Blessing, and then switch out. With Ancient Blessing, it increases the maximum health of all my pets, and since Critter Killer is a humanoid type, the more, basically their passive allows you to recover 4% of your maximum health if they deal damage, and with Ancient Blessing, it increases maximum health, so he heals for a little bit more with his passive. Plus, Ancient Blessing also heals him. So Fossilized hatchling lives for a long time, and BoneStorm does do 10% of the damage. It does do 10% of your health as damage when you use it, but it does hit pretty hard. And then we have Creepy Crate to go in and use BoneStorm, switch out their pets, and then attack the Creeping Chomp. I was trying out Agony, but there were so many situations where Creepy Crate was like my last pet alive, and you don't want to refresh Agony, so I was using a lot of my turns to just pass, and I was like, if I just had an actual attack to use, it would be a lot better. So that's why I'm using Creepy Chomp over Agony. Also, Death Grip over Curse of Doom, because Curse of Doom rarely ever actually goes off, and Death Grip does screw him over a little bit, which is a lot of fun. Plus he has BoneStorm, so he's in here. And Wolfar Pup, even though he is a power type, his whirlwind doesn't actually hit that hard. It's only 189. Both of these guys do a lot more, even though my Wolfar Pup has way more attack. 325, Creepy Crate, 260, Fossilized hatchling, 301, still pretty nice, but both their BoneStorms hit way harder than this dude's whirlwind. And the Snap Trap is really what is the only reason he's in here, because the Snap Trap, the random chance to go off, stun them, and do a ton of damage, because this dude has a lot of attack. But it's too random sometimes. I'm thinking about a third pet to fill him in with. But as it stands now, I actually tried out a whole bunch of different pets. I tried out, what's this one right here? The Elemental Killer, Droplet of Yasuraj. Because he has a nice Acid Rain and then Dreadful Breath combo, which does a lot of damage. But he kept dying. He wasn't really all that great. So far, these two are pretty solid for the BoneStorm, even if this one does attack their entire team pretty consistently. And I also tried out my Mechanical Dragonling with Thunderbolt, and that one's actually doing pretty well, actually. If I wasn't using the Wolfar Pup, I'd probably use the Mechanical Dragonling with Thunderbolt. But I kind of wanted to use this one because he does hit really hard, and Snap Trap is fun when it goes off. Alright, so this first time I'm going against I forget what that one's called. I don't know, he has like a rat, and I think it's a lizard or a basilisk type. I'm not sure. Anyways, I start off with Critter Killer, and I do the normal, set up Snap Trap, and then go into Whirlwind. He's not really sure what he's doing. He dots me up. That's pretty bad because my Critter Killer takes way more damage from undeads, and he death grips me out, which really sucks. So I just go back into Fossilized. I'm like, I'm just gonna take the damage because I'm not gonna stick in with that dude because he'll die. And then he's actually doing a lot of damage to my Fossilized hatchling. And I set up the D&D. I didn't have Ancient Blessing at this time. If I did, it probably would have healed him up for a nice amount. And then I go into my Creepy Crate, because I want to use all the whirlwinds at least once. I start off with BoneStorm, and then I'm going to go into a Death Grip after that. The Snap Trap goes off, so he gets stunned for a turn and takes a lot of damage, which is nice. I use Death Grip, switches out his, whatchamacallit? The little rat thing. I don't know what it's called, a Mormont? Anyways, this is one of my earlier ones, so I still had Agony. That was a pretty nice thing to do before I switched out. I switch into my Critter Killer, because he's really nice at killing critters because he takes less damage from them. And my undeads are really bad against critters because they take more damage from them. But I die anyway. I'm able to set up my Snap Trap, which is still pretty nice, because at random chance it has to go off. It will help me. He does burrow to avoid my BoneStorm. My BoneStorm is able to kill one of his undeads in the back, which is the whole purpose of this deck, which is pretty great. He attacks me, and I'm going to try to switch him out with Death Grip. Death Grip goes off, switches into his turn with immunity, so he basically loses a turn where he has to switch out. I don't know, it doesn't really do much. I'm going to set up Agony and then switch out. And he's just waiting. I don't know what he's doing. He's just going to one of his critter attacks. Lucky for me, Snap Trap goes off, kills him. Then he's into his last pet. Good thing I went into my Snap Trap earlier, because taking out critters not the easiest thing to do as an undead. And then I just BoneStorm, because this is why I switched out Agony. Because if I had just my regular attack chomp button, I'd be able to do something. Instead I spend my turn of immunity just passing, because Curse of Agony, it does more damage the more time it's on them. So if you refresh it, it's just going to do less damage. So it's better just to pass, because it'll do more damage than refreshing it. And then we'll take him out with my other dude, because if you die and you're in your turn of immunity, you'll still win because it's counted as your pet like alive. So you get like an extra attack if you're an undead, which is pretty nice. That's why undeads are so popular in PvP. The next one, I start off with my Snap Trap. I'm going to use Whirlwind like normal, except he stuns me. I'm not going to switch up because I'm just trying to get my Whirlwind off before I go into one of my other pets. Get Whirlwind, doesn't do that much damage, but luckily he has a dragon on his team, so he takes extra damage from it. I go into my Fossilized hatchling. I'm going to do the same thing, BoneStorm, and then set up D&D. Snap Trap goes off, so I get a free switch basically, because he does no damage to me this turn. I'm going to set up my D&D. He does his stupid Shock and Awe. He doesn't stun me this time like he did last time. Shock and Awe only has a 25% chance to stun anyway. I go into my Creepy Crate. I'm going to go into my BoneStorm as well. And he has the D&D taking on him, so he's taking a little bit of damage. And his backline team's already at half health, which is nice. Death Grip miss, that happens often because it only has an 80% chance to hit. And I'm going to switch up into my Fossilized hatchling because BoneStorm should be out, and he's like the only one who can actually survive a hit at this point. I'm going to go into BoneStorm, it'll kill him, and then Death and Decay will do a little bit more damage to him when he comes back to life. And BoneStorm does some really nice damage to his back row. I'm just going to attack him. He kills me, I go into my turn of immunity, and that's enough time to kill him with my own beast type attack. Then he goes into a critter. I have a nice little beast attack, so I'm just going to use that to hopefully get a nice hit on him. And it's enough to actually kill him. I don't think he was expecting me to have a beast type attack. Otherwise he wouldn't have switched into it. Now I have my critter killer, which is actually really good at killing dragons too. He's using his dude to heal up, and I'm just going to keep punching him until he dies, because I have the type advantage on him. And he does. First time critter killer actually ends the battle alive with one of my undeads dead. Usually he dies first, and then I have to finish off with either Creepy Crate or the Fossilized hatchling. I go against another guy who has the Magister, and I'm just going to Whirlwind. Attack his back row, set up Snap Trap, the usual. He gets a stun off with his Shock and Awe. I don't know why he didn't just use his other attack again. But that's fine. Now I have a target, he can use it whenever he wants, or I can just not switch back into him. Snap Trap goes off, which gives me a turn to go into BoneStorm. Not sure why I did the heal first. Usually BoneStorm and then heal because, you know, BoneStorm does damage to you. But that's fine, whatever. I just go into my Creepy Crate, he does his stupid target, and I switch him out first, because if he does a target again, then it does a lot of damage, but otherwise it just wastes it. And BoneStorm attack his entire team, and I have the type advantage on that dude. And I go into the Fossilized hatchling, because I'm just going to keep doing BoneStorm. This whole team is about BoneStorm. You pretty much ignore your opponent's active pet, and just keep going into your guys to do Whirlwind. My other two backline pets, though, have the target on them, so if I switch them out, they'll take a ton of damage. And he's doing target on me, which is fine. I'm just going to kill him before he actually gets a chance to do it. So his Custodian was able to put a target on all three of my pets without actually being able to use his attack once, and I'm pretty sure he was a little salty about that. But that's fine. I go and try to kill him. I could do the BoneStorm at this point, but the dude is so low, I just thought, hey, why not just try to kill him real quick? But he outspeeds me and does a dodge. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go back to my normal strategy of BoneStorming your entire team, because I do not want that wolfar, the Trent dude in the background, to come out, because he heals for a lot and takes a lot less damage. So I'm going to try to switch him out. Misses because he does his stupid dodge, and I just switch out because I can't hit him anyway. I'm going to try killing the dude in the back row since he only has a tiny bit of health, and I'm able to take him out. Set up Snap Trap, and I'm just going to go into my #1 ability until he's dead now, because I have my other two dudes alive, and they will be able to take him out just fine. I decided to switch him out. I was like, I want all my minions to live this time around. And Snap Trap goes off and kills him.